Trump in panic as Congress votes to remove him under the 25th Amendment is the headline that is currently echoing through the halls of history, and it is the moment that signifies the total and final expiration of the MAGA threat. This is not just another news cycle. This is the definitive collapse of a man who thought he was a god and a movement that thought it was a revolution. I am Kamala Harris, and I am speaking to you today as the witness to a historic cleansing of our democratic institutions. The United States Congress has just taken the most drastic and necessary step in our nation's history. They have voted to declare Donald Trump unfit, unstable, and unable to ever hold a position of public trust again. The 25th Amendment, once a theoretical safeguard, has been transformed into a surgical instrument to remove the malignant tumor of Trumpism from the body of our republic. You must stay with me for the entirety of this address because the secret medical data, the leaked communications, and the algorithmic behavioral analysis that led to this vote are about to be revealed to the world for the first time. The panic that is currently radiating from Mar-a-Lago is palpable. For years, Donald Trump has relied on his ability to intimidate and manipulate, but he has finally met a force that he cannot bully, the collective will of a Congress that is armed with undeniable data. Do not turn away from your screen because I am about to explain the mechanism of his downfall. It is not just about his rhetoric, it is about a clinical, documented decline into cognitive and moral decay that has made him a clear and present danger to the safety of every American citizen. We have moved beyond the stage of political disagreement and into the stage of professional intervention. This is not a choice, it is a requirement for the survival of the United States of America. Let us be very clear about why this vote happened today. The Department of Justice and the Congressional Oversight Committees have been secretly utilizing a specialized branch of the algo seizure protocol that we have discussed before. While the original protocol was designed to track and seize his fraudulent financial assets, this new expansion, known as the Behavioral Integrity Diagnostic, has been monitoring his public and private communications for months. The data returned by our Gotham systems was chilling. It revealed a man whose mental state has deteriorated to the point where he can no longer distinguish between his own delusions and reality. When a man with his level of influence is living in a perpetual state of pathological fantasy, he is not a leader. He is a weapon of mass destruction aimed at our democracy. You need to understand that the Republican Party is currently in a state of absolute scorched earth terror. They are watching as the man they worshipped is stripped of his eligibility by a bipartisan consensus that has finally had enough of the lies. The vote in Congress was the result of a massive, coordinated effort to present the facts that the MAGA media has spent years trying to suppress. We have the neurological profiles, we have the witness statements from his closest associates who describe a man who is screaming at monitors, ordering illegal actions in the middle of the night, and incapable of following a single coherent thought. This is why he is in a panic. He knows that he can no longer hide behind the political candidate shield. He is being treated as a medical and security emergency. Stay with me as I reveal the specific evidence that forced the hand of Congress. We intercepted a series of encrypted messages that showed Donald Trump was attempting to mobilize a private shadow military force to interfere with the upcoming judicial proceedings against him. This was not just tough talk at a rally, this was a logistical plan for a second insurrection. Our algorithmic surveillance flagged these plans in real time, and when they were presented to the key members of Congress, the decision was unanimous. The 25th Amendment was the only way to neutralize the threat before blood was spilled on our streets again. We have successfully decapitated the command structure of this extremist movement by removing the man at the top. The 25th Amendment is being applied in a way that is revolutionary. Traditionally, Section 4 requires the Vice President and the Cabinet to act, but because we are dealing with a man who has built a cult of personality, Congress has utilized its constitutional authority to appoint a special medical and security commission. This commission, backed by the data from Palantir and the Department of Justice, has provided the definitive report that triggered the vote. The algo seizure protocol has effectively diagnosed the decay of the Trump organization and its leaders simultaneously. We are not just seizing his buildings, we are seizing his ability to do harm. Why does this matter to you? It matters because for the last decade, you have lived under the constant threat of a man who wanted to burn it all down for his own ego. You have watched as families were divided and as the truth was treated like an enemy of the state. Today, the truth has fought back. The vote to remove him under the 25th Amendment is a declaration that the American people deserve a leader who is sane, stable, and subject to the law. We are establishing a precedent that will protect our children and our grandchildren from the rise of any future demagogue. We are building a fortress of accountability that no amount of populist rage can tear down. I want to talk about the panic in detail. Our sources inside Mar-a-Lago describe a scene of total and complete breakdown. Donald Trump is currently surrounded by a dwindling group of loyalists who are themselves under investigation by the algo seizure protocol. He is watching as his bank accounts are frozen, as his passport is surrendered, and now as his very identity as a political figure is erased by Congress. He is a man without a country, a man without a defense, and a man without a future. He is lashing out at the walls, but the walls are made of federal law and mathematical certainty. He cannot tweet his way out of a congressional vote. He cannot rally his way out of a 25th Amendment removal. Do not be fooled by the remaining voices in the Republican Party who are crying foul. They are the ones who enabled this madness. They are the ones who stood by while he attacked our judges, our intelligence officers, and our very way of life. They are now facing their own day of reckoning. The integrated financial dragnet is currently mapping every donor and every politician who funded the attempted subversion of our government. They are not just losing their leader, they are losing their access to the American financial system. We are ensuring that the money that powered the MAGA machine is seized and redirected toward the victims of his policies. This is the ultimate form of restorative justice. You must stay focused on the retention of this victory. The opposition will try to claim that this is a coup. That is a lie. A coup is what Donald Trump attempted on January 6th. What we have done today is the exact opposite. We have used the Constitution to save the Constitution. We have used the laws of the land to protect the people of the land. We have acted with transparency, with data, and with the full authority of the United States Congress. This is what a functional democracy looks like when it is forced to defend itself against a domestic enemy. It is clinical, it is professional, and it is absolute. The technical reality of this removal is that we have deplatformed the man from the government itself. By invoking the 25th Amendment in this manner, we have ensured that he is legally barred from ever appearing on a ballot again. This is the permanent solution to the Trump problem. We are not just beating him in an election, we are removing the possibility of his infection ever returning to our halls of power. The algorithm of justice has determined that he is a critical system failure, and we have successfully initiated the reboot. I want you to imagine the world that is now possible. Imagine a world where you do not wake up to a new crisis every morning. Imagine a world where the president is not a criminal defendant. Imagine a world where the government works for you, not for the personal grievances of a billionaire fraud. That is the world we are building. The removal of Donald Trump is the first day of the new American century. We are moving forward with a sense of purpose and a sense of relief. The cloud has lifted, and the sun is finally shining on a republic that has survived its greatest test. The algo seizure protocol will continue to monitor the situation to ensure that there is no backdoor for the MAGA movement to return. We are looking at the social media platforms, we are looking at the dark web forums, and we are looking at the foreign actors who have been supporting this chaos. We have the tools to see them coming, and we have the legal authority to stop them before they start. The 25th Amendment vote has given us the mandate to clean up the entire ecosystem of corruption. We will not stop until every single operative of the Trump criminal enterprise is either in a cell or in a database where they can never do harm again. This is the investigative truth that the right-wing media is too terrified to tell you. They want you to believe that Donald Trump is still a player in this game. He is not. He is a ghost. He is a relic of a darker time. He is a man who is currently in a state of clinical panic because he knows that he is finished. The vote in Congress was not just a tally of names. It was a tally of the crimes he has committed against the soul of this nation. The result was a resounding no more. No more lies. No more division. No more Trump. I want to thank you for your attention to this critical update. It is important that you share this information and that you understand the depth of the victory we have achieved today. Trump faces jail. He has lost his passport. His daughter is testifying against him, and now he has been removed by his own government. The four corners of his prison are being built as we speak. He is a man who is trapped in a cage of his own making, and the key has been turned by the hand of justice. Stay with us as we navigate the coming days of this transition. We will be providing regular updates on the seizure of his remaining assets and the prosecution of his enablers. We are not going to let up for a single second. The momentum of history is on our side, and the law is our guide. The 25th Amendment was designed for this exact moment, and we have used it to its fullest potential. Donald Trump is no longer a threat, he is a memory, and we are the ones who will ensure that he is remembered for exactly what he was, a failed experiment in authoritarianism that was defeated by the strength of the American spirit and the precision of the American law. In conclusion, I want to say to the American people, sleep well tonight. The man who wanted to keep you in fear is himself in a state of total panic. The man who wanted to be above the law is now under the weight of it. The man who wanted to destroy our democracy has been removed by it. The system worked, the technology worked, the people worked. We have won. The era of Trump is over, and the era of the rule of law has been restored. Justice is not just a concept, it is a reality that we are experiencing right now. The 25th Amendment has spoken, and the verdict is final. We are moving forward, and we are never, ever looking back. The transition of power is underway, and the future is ours. Justice is served.